deserted areas. Okay, we take their word that Sindhi people who are struggling for their democratic rights, for their national rights, for their human rights are their enemy. So they want to kill them. But what is the explanation of this barbarism that when they killed them, when they fired upon Sarai Kurban Khawar and Ruplo Cholyani and Nader Bhukti and Nurla Thunio, when they fired upon them, for them that wasn't sufficient. They put the petrol on their bodies to burn them. And then in villages when they come to help these people who they didn't know, they said, don't come nearby. Your fate will be same because they are terrorists, and if you save them, you will be terrorists as well. So what is the explanation of this? Spain, a small country, they went to conquer the almost entire South America. Now the size of South America is more than 100 times the size of Spain. The general who went to conquer the South America, of course, Spanish had, in terms of arms, they have got advanced technology compared to the South American native people. But the general said, our main weapon wasn't our arms. Our main weapon was fear, fear, and fear. When you put the fear in the mind of your enemy, you already conquered us. And Pakistani army, by committing these atrocities, they want to terrorize us. They want to put fear, fear, fear in the minds of Sindhi people, in the minds of Baloch people. There was a very, very famous slogan. Regardless, the history will analyze what happened in Egypt, what happened in Yemen, and what is happening in Libya. Regardless of that, there was a very famous slogan. Break the barrier of fear. Once that barrier is broken, then nothing in the world can stop any nation, any people. Why Pakistan is committing these crimes and atrocities at this stage? Why they are getting so desperate at this stage? They have been carrying out a full-fledged military operation in Balochistan for the last 6 years. They have been kidnapping Sindhi and Baloch political activists for the last 6-7 years. Why they have become so desperate? I'll tell you one thing. The international scenario is changing. This is the history-making time. There's a very famous saying that either we are really fortunate or really unfortunate to live in historical times. Because the reason is why we are fortunate or unfortunate, because our fate as a nation, as a Sindhi nation and Baloch nation is being shaped in the current situation and how the international situation and scenarios are changing. And the Pakistan's establishment, who has controlled the nations, who have taken all the resources, who have made the rich nations of Sindhis and Baloch to live in utmost poverty and degradation. They know that for them time is running out. And that is why they think this is the time to keep the things, to kill the things in bud. And therefore, rather than leaving this congregation because we came, we participated, we paid our duty, no. On our shoulder there's an enormous historical duty, and please recognize that and realize that. We have duty to inform the international community. I mean, just a couple of months ago, David Cameron goes there and asks the largest aid package in last 20 years, 1.3 billion pounds. And we know where that 1.3 billion pounds will go. that will go either to the coffers of military or to be used against us. We have to inform the international community, but similarly, no struggle can survive and can produce the results until unless it is really strong enough on the ground. And as the conscious members of Sindhi and Baloch community, there's a huge responsibility, and we have to play that responsibility in these historical times. And believe me, there will be times much more difficult than this. We do not expect that by making these speeches and giving this petition to David Cameron, that things will get rosier. Things will get worse. But before, there is a saying that before the fire is burnt, there is a lot of steam and there is a lot of dust in the air. This is the phase that we are going through now. So will be very, very difficult times for us. Therefore, it is the utmost duty of all the conscience, of all the honest and truthful sons and daughters of their motherland to play their duty, and then believe that no nation can remain in slavery indefinitely. So the day will come where we can live in peace, we can live in liberty on our own motherland with our own people, who hopefully this day should come sooner rather than later. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Military state, Pakistan. Military state, Pakistan. Stop supporting Pakistan.
Thank you, Lakhu. Now with this we will conclude our demonstration. And thanks again everybody, especially our Baloch and Sindhi friends who came from north to join us, and our Baloch friend from Europe, Sweden, Nasir Buledi, who came here to support Sindhi and Baloch people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.